welcome to Kilobits. I'm Matt, and in the following video we're going to be talking about the Intel NUC. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you Intel, and thank you Bryce over at Intel for sorting this all out for me. I'm a happy boy. So I should have made the video a couple of months ago. I've been busy doing some cheer mining, so I apologise for not making the video sooner, Bryce. Most of it was shot. I need to edit it, so you'll notice in the video my hair's a bit longer and so on, different haircut. It's a great little system and I'm very happy. So this video might be a bit long and waffly. I'm going to edit it down the best I can, but I'm halfway through editing it at the moment and it's long, so I apologise. There we go. So anyone wanting to know everything about the system should probably go and check out Serve the Home. They're a good channel and they talk about things in depth. So rather than hearing me waffle on about the specs and so on, just go and see Patrick over there and he will give you the rundown on these systems. But first I'd just like to get one thing out into the open. So we did a video a little while ago talking about Intel's lies, and basically they contacted me and said that they're going to change the marketing, specifically the part related to HDR. It says HDR is supported on 7th gen core processors and newer platforms, and now they're going to add the word newer core platforms instead of just newer platforms. So I feel that actually, anyone else wondering, you know, does my device do HDR or not, that was the main hurdle, was their marketing. So if they fix that, then I'm fairly happy. And also they offered me an Intel NUC, which is very nice of them. So I'm actually pretty happy with Intel at the moment. I've not opened it yet though, so it's worth more than what I bought. So yeah, happy boy. So let's have a little look at it, shall we? And maybe you can come with me and find out what it's got. Now they took the bare bones unit and added in a drive. You'll have to excuse the mess. I've been a busy boy. Been doing some cheer mining and so on, and there's network cables running everywhere. But anyway. So, I received this yesterday and I've not opened it yet, so come with me on a voyage of discovery as we delve deep into the unknown. So DHL random boxage, some packing. Needs packing tape. Well, he didn't give it any packing tape. I don't care. It was fine. Wow, they wanted this to arrive. I think this is a box inside a box inside a box, is it not? It is another box. Like Russian dolls here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Ah, that needs packing tape. Never mind. Never mind. I'm still very grateful for what I have received. Thank you, Intel. So this is an 11th gen Tiger Lake NUC. I don't know how much RAM and so on yet. First thoughts? It's heavy. It's heavy, and it's got what looks to be face mounts, though I seem to be missing two of the rubber things, or perhaps it doesn't come with two of the rubber things. No, I seem to be missing two of the rubber things, but I don't care. It's got quite the heatsink on it. Type C, HDMI, 19 volt, interesting. Another HDMI, another Type C, USB 3, USB 2, 2.5 gig Nick, no frapping way. USB 3 on the front. These are both 10 gig ports. That's a 10 gig port as well. This thing's not bad, and you know, I think these are like 500 quid for the bare bones kit. I think you still have to get your own RAM and hard drive and so on. I believe he's hooked me up with RAM and a RAM and a SSD. It's got a Core i5 apparently, yeah, so I don't even know exactly what it's got. That's a base amount adapter. Awesome. Some screws, I'm guessing in case I base amount it, fair enough. A 120 watt power supply, and that's a global power supply, so that no matter which country you live in, this should be the one you get. 100 volts to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, 2 amps. Oh, fresh out of America, I get a US plug on it. Oh dear. Oh dear, and these cables aren't colour coded. Oh dear. I might have an adapter, I suppose, because this end's different to others I've got. I suppose I can get this cable. Or just work out which way round these go. Might have to Google which pin's which, because I'm assuming, yeah, I should be able to work it out, but that's a shame. But anyway, very, very free, and I'm still very, very grateful. I think I've got a plug somewhere, so I don't like adapting things. Anyway, onwards. So, what sort of length have we got? We have got enough length to get to my head from the floor. In fact, a bit above. Might even be 6 foot. And that's with the adapter lead flat on the floor. So that's nice. Because it's going about where my head is. Well, it's probably going to go on top of that one or replace that one. That's the one it's supposed to be replacing. So, perfect. Okay. So, I mean, this is mine, but it's mine through back channels, I suppose. I don't suppose I really got any warranty with it. So as such, I'm going to open it. I want to know what SSD it's got. I want to know quite a few things about it, to be honest. So I might be replacing some of the bits with bits I've got laying around, because I think I've got a 1 terabyte SSD lying around. So, oh, you can't see now. Okay, so I've undone a couple of screws. The screws seem to be captive within the feet themselves. You'll see what I mean in a second. Oh, and they're captive in the actual plate. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, and stuff comes with it. Huh. We have got a 500 gig laptop hard drive. Interesting. Okay. Memorons we have. Let's take one out and have a look. We've got memory. I don't know. Kingston. The actual chips are labelled Kingston. Now, as far as I was aware, Kingston don't make memory. Well, they make the PCBs, but they don't manufacture dies. I didn't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Anyway, okay, so I do definitely want to replace that. Huh, that's a thermal pad. That there's a thermal pad. It feels like it's got the protective sheet on it still though, but I'm not convinced that it does. No, it doesn't. It feels very silky, and I can't see what that would actually be contacting. It wouldn't be contacting anything. Doesn't quite make sense. Anyway, so I've got room for a B key SATA SSD, but it would be one of the short ones there, or I've clearly got room for a SATA drive there. I don't know if there's anything underneath it. I would assume that we're getting into the CPU area. Right, how does this ribbon come out? Or do I even want to... No, I think I want to try and undo it from that end. I think I have to take this off. Can you see? How well can you see? Do you want to come in a bit closer? Is that better? A little bit. So I think this is just going to be a vlog type video. I don't think I'm going to... Oh, I actually didn't even notice one other thing. So I said it's got B key SATA M.2 there, and it's got an NVMe M.2 there, going this way. So I could, and it looks like it would get a full length one in there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put a 1 terabyte SSD here and an NVMe here, because I have both. In the other machine. I also have a full-size hard drive, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that in. Anyway, so back to where we were. So undo these two screws. This thing lifts off, and then be very careful because there's a ribbon cable that's kind of hooked. The ribbon cable's hooked underneath it, and I don't know how to get this ribbon cable out yet. Okay, I did just pull it, but I think you might be, yeah, you're supposed to slide it. There's little, you really can't see it, can you? So you can sort of pull it out. Where is it? There. But to get it back in, you have to lift this white piece. Lift this white piece up. So yeah, 2 M.2s. Some sort of Wi-Fi. I can't ascertain which type of Wi-Fi. AX20. Might be Wi-Fi 6 even. This thing's quite kitted, and it's only about 500 quid. Well, it was twice the price of the one I built. But that's for the bare bones kit, and I think you still might have to get memory or something. So if it was just to play movies, you'd be better off with an NVIDIA Shield, but this thing will do a lot more than just play movies. So I am actually very grateful for what I've received here, my plentiful bounty. Right, okay. Oh, so I didn't need to undo these two screws. In fact, I could have just, I don't think I needed to do anything. I could have just slid it that way. There didn't seem to be anything screwing it down. Interesting. So so these rubber feet, what should have happened, now this was just a dude put this together for me, but what he should have done is put 2 screws in there. But I'm going to repurpose this drive anyway, so it's okay. I'm pretty sure he put Windows on it for me as well, and again, that's fine. It's very nice of him. That's very nice of him. Interesting. I feel that Intel could have done a bit more with this ribbon cable, to be honest. It feels quite flimsy. I suppose you're not going to be doing it often, but there we go. So I'm not going to go too much deeper, because all that I'm really going to see the other side is the VRM and the CPU, and I'll have to, you know, take the heatsink off to see any of that. I just wanted to know, can I get NVMe in here? And what hard drive it had. So let's see if I can't upgrade it. Yeah, again, I don't know what memory it's got, which is a shame. I'm gonna have to boot it to find out what memory it's got. Perhaps I just boot it then and find out what memory it's got, because if it's only 8 gig, then I'm gonna have to upgrade it to 16 anyway. Just because that one up there has got 16. So it seems to have a couple of jumpers as well, and I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but there seems to be various little plugs knocking around. So there's a jumper there, there was a jumper down there, no idea what either of them do. Two additional little plugs here, again no idea what they do. Oh, 3 actually, because there's a little black one there. And one that could have been soldered on there. No idea what any of that is. Oh, these two are USBs. That one just says COM1. So you're well catered for USBs then, really, because you've got, well, no, I don't suppose you are actually. For this class of device you are. The fact that it's got 2 HDMIs blows me away though. And 2.5 gig NIC in it. Awesome. Anyway. Yeah. I'm going to loosely put it back together with the hard drive. And I'm going to boot it. And I'm going to find out what memory it's got. And then... then I'm going to make a decision as to whether it needs its RAM changing. You can't see. Excuse the mess in the background. Like I said, I've been doing a bit of chia mining. This little white tab is actually quite difficult to deal with. It's fine on the top side, but on the bottom side the Wi-Fi adapter just gets in the way a bit. And you kind of have to hold it up while you slip in the ribbon cable, which in hindsight perhaps I shouldn't have removed. Yes, that's actually quite tricky. Perhaps it's worth me taking out the radio. Oh, that's not... Oh, I have to undo the standoff. Oh, okay. That's not the easier solution necessarily, not without getting additional tools anyway. So, struggle on, I guess. But anyway, I'm just assembling one of these so that you don't necessarily have to, I suppose. Though, if you're getting the bare bones kit, you'll have to. Yeah, why couldn't they just use a SATA cable? I mean, I get that they're making it compact, but I don't feel that that's going to have made that much difference. Maybe I'm wrong, but there must have been a way they could have had a slightly better cable there. Anyway, I think it's done. So I'm just going to attempt to boot it, kind of open like that. I'll come back and tell you about it in a minute. So just for testing purposes, I'm going to use the Death Adapter 4000 special eBay. This comes whenever you buy cheap Chinese crap and they don't want to send you the correct plug. And yeah, what's awesome about it is the fact that there's this nice gap here that you can really do yourself some harm, and at some point I have to be plugging that in. So yeah, wish me luck, people. But that's cool. I'll put a plug on this. That's not going to be too much of a problem. Yeah. Wish me luck. In fact, I'm going to do it on camera because if I get electromuted, then perhaps Intel can see that, yeah, I'm not a complete arsehole. Danger, Will Robinson. I can even get a socket behind this mess of cables. There's just too much danger back here. Wow. I might have to run an extension. Socket. Right, I think I'm going to plug it in last because danger. So there it is at the moment, and you can see the size of this thing compared to the size of this thing. It's quite a difference. I don't know where you're going to be. Right, you're going to have to be there then. Oh, you can see. All right, cool. Right, okay, so def plug with exposed terminals. Okay, we are doing it. Come and look at the action. I survived! Spinning something. But yeah, that spinning hard drive's going to come out. It's, but yeah, he just wanted to give me something so that it would work, and I appreciate a free hard drive. I'll put some shear plots on it and put it in the server. Cheers, Intel. 11th gen Tiger Lake NUC. Yes, yes. Hell yes. Wow. Okay. Windows device 8 gig of RAM. Right. So it's got an 1135 G7. So yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting. So this is an 11th gen NUC 11 Pro, and that will be a Tiger Canyon CPU. That gives me PCIe Gen. Sorry, I'm just reading off the screen, that's why I'm not looking. But so Iris Xe graphics, 2.5 gig NIC, PCIe Gen 4, Thunderbolt. That's what those Type C ports were then, and USB 4. Shit, this is a nice system. Thank you, Intel. Don't know if mine's a review unit or what, but I don't really care. Yeah, just nice to nice for them to make it right, and they've exceeded making it right. They've gone beyond, because yeah, I didn't pay for any of these specs. Didn't pay for Xe graphics. Didn't pay for PCIe Gen 4. Didn't pay for USB 4. Didn't pay for a 2.5 gig NIC. Anyway, yeah, Gen 4, so I can put in my 2TB Rocket Q4 into there. You can just pull this drive out. It's supposed to screw in from the bottom. My one didn't come with any screws, probably just because Bryce just knocked it together quickly for me. Thank you, Bryce, anyway. Very, very, very grateful. But I've put in my M.2, which I had from a separate project, and I'm not going to be able to sell because I've been mining cheer on it, so it's probably half dead now. So in conclusion then, I'm going to be using this computer to edit videos moving forwards, also to draw things for my new 3D printer, which is a double bonus because what was there was literally only supposed to play films, and leaving this one free to do cheer plotting or whatever I want to do with it, or occasionally game on it. So it's awesome that I can do extra things with that, because it means that this can spend more time earning money. So yeah, very grateful, and the performance on it is way better than what I had, and it's for a low power CPU, it's pretty good. It rendered this. I'm just recording this bit on the end, but it rendered most of this video in like near real time anyway, pretty much like 25 minutes, and considering it's a 30 odd minute video, it did really well. So yeah, very pleased. But I just wanted to show you guys, so if you buy one of these, you are not going to have this issue, but I have this issue. And that is the plug, as you've seen already. So I can't run it like that because my son will die. But not a problem. I'm still extremely grateful. Thanks, Bryce. So I assume if I cut this right and don't, so I assume then that this middle one must be Earth. Hard to tell. And then this one must be neutral. And this one must be live. Totally a guess. And if I get it wrong, then I've got to buy a power adapter for it. But I can't. I suppose I could buy another cable. I'm significantly overdrawn now, so there's no more money. Right, so I have to pay attention, and if nothing else, then this is recorded so that I can come back to it if I'm confused in a minute. Right, okay, so with the Earth at the top, cut it there. That one is live. Oh, they're colour coded. Oh, okay, I think they are colour coded. That was what was freaking me out the most, was the fact that there was no colour coding on these cables. But underneath the sheathing there is actually another sheathing that's colour coded, so that's okay, that's a relief then. Right, anyway, before I get totally confused, because these might be the same colour. Oh. The Earth is colour coded, but the actual carrier is not so much. The actual cable's not so much. Okay, and it wouldn't be the end of the world if it's backwards anyway. Really, probably. But as I was saying, that one is, I'm believing to be the live one. Okay. UK plug. Should have prepped the plug first, really, because now I'm trying to hold the cable so I don't get confused. And there's still a couple of mil of cable from whatever was in it before. It's got a 5 amp fuse in there. Perhaps I ought to try and find a 3 amp fuse for it. Oh, we have one live cable, or what I assume to be a live cable. Again, as I was saying, it probably doesn't matter too much if you get those two confused, as long as the Earth is correct. But And you never know. That's the thing about wires and sockets and so on. You never know. Someone one day might use this cable for something other than this. In which case, it needs to be correct. I sort of get that in America people tend to be a bit more cautious because they have to be, but in the UK things are made idiot proof, and as a result we just get better idiots. Yeah, more idiotic idiots. Myself included, I suppose. I'm not slagging anyone off, but you know. Brings in wire strippers, proceeds to use teeth. Typical. Love these wire strippers. I've had these for like 20 years. They're still going strong. And I use them all the time. Decent pair of wire strippers will save you a trip to the dentist. There's a fun fact for you. Yeah, she's in there. Yeah, she's in there. I assume that green means earth. That's not British colours, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah. 5 amp fuse might be a bit much. Let's see if I can find a 3 amp fuse. If I can get the bloody thing out. Right, well, first things first, I should secure this cable. Yeah, I never tried to plug in an American thing into these travel adapters. That does not work, does it? Might be that the adapters themselves are shit. Oh yeah, yeah, it could go in further, potentially, but the way these are, anyway, yeah, don't use these. Maybe you can justify using them for testing like I just did. But yeah, moving to not using them should be high on the priorities list if you have something that uses those.
5 by 240 is 1200.
Yeah, this fuse is good for 1.2 kilowatts, and that's the smallest one I've got. But where's the fuse in that? So, you know. Anyway, that will be okay. It's just my British sensibilities. Cable's rated for 7 amp, so my 5 amp fuse is fine. And leave this one free to render